Welcome to Hanif Bismi Show. This episode will introduce you very amazing and inspiring personalities. As our life is changing rapidly towards a digital realm, our lifestyle is moving forward, depend on technology. Our shoppings, our meetings, everything is now on digital platform. So today we have very special guest, Mr. Raza Hassan, who started a very successful business in a short time frame, online business, online shopping. So I introduce Raza. Welcome to Hanif Bismi Show and 5 News.
Thank you so much, Hanif bhai.
I would like to ask you your background and what is the inspiration to start your new venture called Apni Dukaan?
Interesting story. So we were living in a big city like Melbourne for a long time, 14 years. We had access to all the halal meat, international groceries, and everything next door, and we were quite blessed in that sense. But 3 years ago, our family decided to move to a regional town for work, and this town is called Mackay in Queensland. It's 10 hours away from a big city, Brisbane. So when we got there, we realized very quickly that there is no halal certified butcher in town. There is no international grocery. When I say international grocery, in particular Pakistani grocery, wasn't quite available. So we struggled for a bit. Our mosque used to bring meat and put it in the freezer, every 2 months, every 3 months. So we used to go to the mosque and get the meat from it. Sometimes the meat can be a month, 2 months old, but it's frozen. You still get away with it. It's a blessing you're finding halal meat there. You know what I mean? But then COVID happened. So in February last year, our mosque decided that they're not going to be able to bring meat because of the restrictions from the government. Everyone needs to play their role. So they said to the community, look, we need to do something. We can't bring halal meat anymore from Brisbane or Sydney. So then I thought, look, it's a good time that I take initiative to help the community out. We have around 120 Muslim families in that town. So I was like, look, we need to do something. So that's where the inspiration came. I told the community that how about I make an online platform. You go online, order your halal meat, and I will bring it to you on your doorstep. I'll deliver it to you.
So the COVID restrictions and COVID changed the world, how we used to be. And people like you inspired and you took as a challenge.
100%.
And you made it a positive energy out of the negative of the restrictions, which is great.
It wasn't actually COVID that triggered. The pain was already there. The pain's been there for the last, God knows, 50, 60 years that Muslims are living in these regional areas in Australia. They travel 2 hours, 3 hours, 8 hours on the weekend to go and get halal meat. In Australia, they travel every weekend to get halal meat. Right?
That's quite a long traveling to get halal meat.
And something that's basic. Halal meat and international groceries. This is basic. You eat it every day, and you don't have access to these things. Right. So pain was already there. It actually triggered because of the COVID. When the mosque said, okay, we're not going to bring this in.
So being in 1 year in this business, what is your biggest challenge and what is your biggest satisfaction? What yours?
Sure. So look, the biggest challenge, I would say, it changes obviously from day one to every day is a new challenge. And that's what business is, right? Or anything that you do, if you're not facing challenges, you're doing something wrong, I tell you.
Exactly.
Because those challenges actually help you be better at what you do, right? So every day, every morning, I would wake up and I will have a challenge in my mind that I have to counter. And then it changes every day. So, but biggest challenge would be because Australia is just so big. To put it into perspective, from one corner of Queensland to the other corner of Queensland can take you more than 30 hours to drive, and that's just one state. Right? It is just so big, and Muslims are everywhere. There are towns. There might be one Muslim, but there are towns that are Muslims there, and delivering refrigerated deliveries, because meat is perishable item. Delivering perishable item to those areas are the biggest challenge, because you need to find the courier companies that actually go there on certain days, because you can dispatch it so it gets there within time, so the shelf life is there for those products. That's the biggest challenge, obviously, because it's so big. And our mission is that we're not going to stop until we know that every single place in Australia can actually get halal products delivered to their doorstep. So that's our mission. So it doesn't matter where you live in Australia, what we want to achieve in the next 6 months or 12 months or 3 years, whatever time it takes, this is what we want to achieve. We want to be able to give access to all the Muslims, doesn't matter where you live in Australia. We want to give you access to live your life in a halal way, get access to halal meat products and halal grocery products and whatever.
So that's the biggest objective, and so far you are achieving it, and you got lots of positive feedback.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
And so your aim is not just business, but to serve the community as well, to make sure they get the access to halal product and fresh.
Yeah.
Which is a big challenge. And anything else would you like to share with us?
Yeah, no, look, and that's one mission. The second mission is that a lot of community products, whether they be Bangladeshi, whether they be Pakistani. I'm from Pakistan, so I focus on more Pakistani products. I know that there's a lot of regional areas they don't have access to Pakistani groceries. So what our mission is, not only just the halal meat is important, it's critical, it's the biggest part of our business, but also the big range of groceries. What we want to target is, we want to make sure that every single thing that comes from these countries, we want to make those things accessible for people who are living in regional areas. Because these guys, they go there for a living, they go there to find a job, they go there to get permanent residency. They don't have a choice. If they had a choice, they would be living in Melbourne or Sydney or Brisbane, where everything is there. You've got Islamic schools, you've got halal butchers, you've got groceries, everything is there, right? You've got the community there. But people actually go to these regional areas to make a living out of it, whether to get permanent residency, whether to get a job. They shouldn't feel neglected in a way that they're compromising on anything, right? And biggest part of our, from people from Pakistan, we're food fans,
Yeah,
it's all about food, We go to someone's house and the first thing is, okay, what are we going to eat?
Yes.
So, it's a part of our life. We want to be able to eat nihari, we want to be able to eat pie, and
it's our culture and it's our identity.
It's I don't know, I like it, but some people say we shouldn't be that crazy about food, but we are.
No, of course, I personally I do.
Yeah. So these guys, I had a customer in Townsville, which is quite far away. He gave me a call one day and he said, look, thank you so much. For 14 and 15 years, I haven't had pie before, and because of your services, now I actually can eat pie after 15 years.
Which is great. Which is great feedback. And eventually your Desi Dukan.
Correct.
Desi Dukan is a part of Australian Muslim identity. It will emerge.
Correct.
Because people who use your halal meat regardless of what nationality background you are, because once they use and the convenience you're offering, and so they will connect with their normal daily life with Apni Dukan, and that's a biggest blessing for you, and that's biggest blessing for the community.
100%.
These days, halal meat is not just taken by Muslims. Many people we know, I personally know.
It's healthier, it's cleaner.
Yes, so they once they start eating halal meat, they continue it. I know a few of my friends, they insist to buy halal
100%,
meat. Yes.
100%.
So anyway, all the best for your future and your challenge. You will meet your challenge, and it is a service to the community, and of course you will prosper your business. Thank you very much.
Also, just from your platform using that, we want to take this message and give it to the people who are actually in need. We want to be able to tell the people who are living in regional and remote areas that they're not they're not neglected. They now have access through apnidukan.com.au. They now have access to all these things. So there might be some viewers who are living in metro areas. They might have access to everything, but they might know other friends. So I would request the audience to share it with their friends and families, so that way they can pass the word.
So, all my audience all over Australia, I would like to say Raza Hassan's Apni Dukan is serve the community regardless of where you are, but our service is guaranteed and quality is guaranteed.
Yeah.
So please, you don't have to worry about you don't have halal meat or fresh meat, which will come to your doorstep as soon as you contact them online. And best of luck to both
Thank you.
Apni Dukan and my viewers. Thank you for watching Hanif Bismi Show.